So you want to self-generate leads as an insurance agent. Truth be told, the best way to market in the insurance business today is to self-generate leads. It's not buying leads from vendors. It's the leads that you control yourself. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks of the trade and how you can go about doing that.
This video is brought to you by none other than Hire Heroes, you guys. Hire Heroes is your one-stop shop when it comes to virtual staffing and making sure that you have qualified talent with your business. One thing that I love about Hire Heroes, you guys, is they've actually gone through the process already of vetting and making sure that your staff member is well trained to best fit your needs. Whether you need help with social media work, posting things on your accounts, responding to people that send messages to your social media accounts, whether you need help with data entry or a multitude of other things that they're qualified to do, Hire Heroes has got you covered. If you're having trouble finding quality talent and number two, affording to be able to run payroll for that talent, Hire Heroes has got you covered with an affordable alternative to have a virtual assistant working for your business. There's a link down in the description of this video to where you can learn more about getting your own VA through Hire Heroes. I certainly recommend it. They're what we use in our business for all of our virtual assistant needs, and you will want to make sure that you check them out today.
When it comes to self-lead generation, you first have to understand there is a couple of different ways that a person can go about doing that. Now, let's first start off by defining what is a self-generated lead. A self-generated lead is a lead that comes about from a piece of advertising or marketing that you do yourself, not one that you do through a marketing company or a lead vendor or any of those types of organizations. As mentioned, this can take many different forms. It could be through a seminar that you're hosting. It could be through a direct mail piece that you send out yourself that's branded. It could be a billboard. It could be a television commercial. It could be a radio commercial. It could be a piece of online content that you put out, like a YouTube video, a podcast, or a blog. It could be a book, an ebook that you've written. It could be a digital social media ad, like a Facebook ad or a Google or Bing campaign. Okay, so understanding that this can take many different shapes is the first key, all right? Now, when it comes to self-generating your own leads, what I'm going to provide you today in this video, kind of a few tips to help make your lead generation work that much better and for it to stretch even farther and be more profitable. First thing I want to talk to you about when it comes to self-lead generation today is testing. The most important thing when you are self-generating leads of any kind is embracing being a mad scientist. Now, what do I mean by that? You have to try things out, give them a chance, give them a little bit of time to catch momentum, and then you need to be willing to test and adjust. Now, when you're self-generating leads, if you want to get to a place where you're getting the best possible campaign and the best possible results that you can find anywhere, you have to be willing to first lose. You have to be willing to first try something out and risking that it might not work like you're specifically thinking or you have in mind. Now that doesn't mean that you should want to lose money or anything like that, but it's realistic to expect that when you first get started trying a marketing campaign, you will lose money. It doesn't matter what system you're using. It doesn't matter whose process you're actually using, because what works for me might not work exactly the same for you, or what works from this guru over here might not work exactly the same for you because you're in a different area, you have a different ad account, you have a different brand, you have a different message, and you have a different everything all around. It's two different unique snowflakes trying to get the exact same results, right? So with marketing, it's realistic to expect that you have to put together a campaign, try something, and then look at the results, make adjustments, and test things out, and then rerun your campaign and compare the results side by side and see which one's working a little bit better. It's through this minor long-term tinkering that you end up finding a result that you get incredibly optimized, successful results from your marketing campaigns, but it doesn't happen overnight. It's why not everybody can be a marketer. But if you want to self-generate leads, You have to become a marketer, and you have to think like a marketer. So test, tweak, make adjustments. This will take a bit of time. This might take 6 months. This could take a year. You could have something that's absolutely killing it and working. And if you're using something like Facebook ads or some kind of digital marketing, an algorithm change can throw everything out of whack. A trend or a marketing change or potentially a compliance change that prevents you from marketing a certain way, any of these things can disrupt and interrupt what you're doing and make something that's working, make it absolutely irrelevant tomorrow. So understanding that adaptable and being willing to shift gears is going to be your best friend. And you get to that place of perfect harmony and optimized full results through testing, adapting, rinse, repeat. The other tip I want to give you in this video today is understand that marketing with your brand holds long-term value in establishing your brand, your name, your reputation, and your message to your target audience. It's very tempting to run advertisements with some kind of generic kind of thing, and you might be able to potentially get a lead for less expensive right off the bat, and you can get them in more volume. However, long-term, it doesn't build any kind of snowball effect. Advertising and your brand, your own branded advertising and marketing materials does have long-term impact in your community if you're trying to build a presence in your backyard and you want to be the star and the superstar and the name to know in your backyard. So I am a big fan of branded advertisement in anything that you do. You look at kind of what we do. We have branded billboards around town. We send out branded direct mail campaigns. We send out branded seminar invitations. We run branded Facebook ads. We do branded content marketing. Everything is about branding. And if you can commit to that for a long period of time, maybe it's 2 years, maybe it's 3 years, maybe it's 3 to 5 years, even potentially, maybe it's even 10 years, your brand will grow so strong and so recognizable in your community that it will pay off in a way that no generic type of marketing and advertising could ever do. Last but not least, you need to make sure to avoid the temptation of using misleading and what I will call clickbaiting advertising. What do I mean by this? Well, if you're running an advertisement where maybe there's a small segment of the population that actually qualify for something. In the Medicare world, I would call it the Joe Namath, Jimmy J.J. Walker advertising. They're advertising benefits on TV commercials, or they did for a very long time. I still think some of those commercials are still running, and they probably always will. They're advertising benefits about Medicaid beneficiaries. They're running benefits that might not even be available in a certain area. They're running benefits that only qualify a 1% margin of the population of people that are seeing it. 99% of people don't qualify at all, but they run the ads everywhere as if everybody does just to get the phone to ring. This is not a good strategy, because if your consumer and your target audience feels bait and switched, they will associate your brand and your reputation with deception. And you do not want that. Find ways to advertise in a way that it's transparent, but at the same time, it piques people's interest. That is the balance that you want. Think of it like you have a teeter-totter and you want it to be perfectly balanced, or you have a scale, and you want it to be perfectly balanced. On this side, you have not dishonest advertising. On this side, you have still catches their interest and piques their interest enough to get them to reach out. And that is where the testing and ability to make adjustments and go forward from there comes into play. Do not do deceiving advertising. If you look at the companies that utilized those celebrity commercials that were misleading, their stock is in the toilet, their companies are not doing well, and that is why. It's transactional. The business that they were getting, the business was not sticking, and a lot of people recognized them as disruptive, unhonest, unethical, and some people even looked at them as fraudsters. And that is not the kind of reputation that you want to build with your brand. So make sure that you are putting out advertising that's branded, but also honest, transparent, but at the same time still interesting to your consumer. Anyway, guys, did you enjoy these tips Do you feel like this is going to help you with your self-lead generation? If you did, comment your thoughts down below. I'd love to kind of hear your thoughts on this video. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see one like it, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps so many people like you find this type of content that need this information. As always, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when we post new videos. We post them weekly. And without further ado, guys, hope to see you take this information and thrive and be successful. Here's to your success and your abundance. Thanks, guys.